and Nikola Jokic has set the tone per usual.
Yeah, he has, and really 8 players on Denver scoring in that first half, 8 on Minnesota as well. The second half, he'll step up and play big. Randall's been so good for Minnesota.
Murray on the attack, and he banks it home on the opening possession of this third quarter. That is from the floor with 25 points and 15 assists between the two of them. McDaniels has been showered by the crowd all night with those boos. Randall comes up short, got his own, and he's fouled as we check in with Ashley.
As I talked to Minnesota, also we noticed they are rolling Jokic so much more this game than the previous 4. Said we really need to do a good job of tearing the pocket when that happens to take away his task for that mid-range.
Led to 14 Denver points compared to just now 8 turnovers, but Minnesota has capitalized with 12.
And Denver, they could have had 20 points off those turnovers. So, off rival, not easy for the Timberwolves.
Open look, Murray, the flyby, but he missed it. A lot of contact with Gobert, who went flailing out of that play. DeSumo looking to attack in the body of Johnson, high off the window for 2.
And that's where he is so dangerous. Downhill,
stands his ground. Reset with 10 to shoot for Murray. Off the screen. Murray peeks. Step away 2. And a long rebound knocked out of bounds. Staying inside for Jokic, 6 to shoot. And he goes right into Gobert and draws the contact.
That old Tim Duncan move right there.
Assists for Nikola Jokic so far in his first 20 minutes of action. Team is a plus 11 while he's been on the floor. It's the perimeter time leading up to the Kentucky Derby starting Saturday at 2:30 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Jokic splits a pair. Jokic clears his 7th rebound. Murray. Jones. 3-ball.
In this building with the altitude, Denver historically so good
this year and provided just a major punch for this group on both ends. McDaniels got it back. Couldn't float it in. Jokic has another board. Skip it. McDaniels into a double. Knocked away into the hands of Conley. Trying to squeeze it in there, and he couldn't for Gobert. Johnson had taken away, but a foul on Randall.
Johnson on full display. Right now, to start this third quarter, this Timberwolves offense is sputtering.
Meanwhile, Jokic 1 rebound away from another postseason triple-double. 7 to shoot. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Murray. Then Jokic got hit after the play by McDaniels. And again, we know there's major history here. McDaniels and all he's done this series, going back to game 2, and he criticized essentially the entire Denver defense. And now Jokic comes away with a 5 to shoot. Directing traffic. Back him down. Through the contact, no. Bodies hit.
Possession, Jaden McDaniels get out in transition, try to get something early, and yeah, right call there by Jokic. Figure out how to manufacture some points here on the offensive end.
Reed tries to turn the corner, another board. Johnson will stop it, off the screen. Outside Jones, looking for another 3, bullseye! Spencer Jones. Largest lead of the night for Denver. Reed looking to quiet him. DeSumo with 8 to shoot. Cross, float, and he doesn't get it to go. Looking to run, bounce, what a pass! And Brown was fouled by McDaniels.
The defense, so much criticism, Denver this season and in this series on the defensive end. The defense has been superior to start this second half. Team on the offensive end, the execution is poor, and really you have to tip your hat to this defense of Denver.
Plus 17 or better. Reed cross, drive, tough one doesn't go. Got his own, and he flips it in. Jokic being guarded again closely by Gobert. 8 to shoot. Johnson off the handoff. He'll try. Long reach. McDaniels quiets the crowd. Minnesota hurries. McDaniels wants to go to work. Dangerous pass. Highland will try. Can't hit the 3. And the rebound pulled in by Johnson. Up ahead for Jones. And he'll get all the way. Spencer soaring in. Game 6 in Minneapolis. McDaniels still hearing it from the crowd. Lost the ball. It was off the fingertips of Highland.
To keep playing, a lot of time left, and We've seen in this series, Minnesota will continue to compete.
Also be somewhat detrimental for them in moments like that, as Murray's too strong on the floater. This is a Minnesota team that did come back from down by 19 in game 2 to come away with a win in the fourth quarter. But Reed way short on the three.
This win here as Randall gets the steal.
And he's going to swipe and slam.
Just, Adelman talked about his group. Just be yourself. Play confident. Play together. Do what you do. And
Jokic thought about it. No Gobert in the game. It'll be Randall who will accept the defensive responsibility. Oh, what a bounce. Jokic! Run before the fourth quarter. That won't help. Another turnover. Brown on the run. Back it out. Slow it down. Wait for reinforcements. That'll come with Hardaway. Long rebound, Johnson. Nobody there. Reed hits the deck. He's down. Jokic got pushed, and Reed is in some real pain. Been averaging over 32, nearly 33 free throw attempts per game, making 27 of them. On the outside, Highland. Now Anderson with 7 to shoot. And he shields the basketball. Couldn't finish. Randall with the offensive rebound.
I thought Denver, they closed the half strong. They went on a little bit of a run and started the third quarter and really been able to extend this lead all quarter.
Off the mark from Anderson and then out of bounds off Jokic. You hear that.
Back in the day when we played the Bulls in the 90s with Michael Jordan, you're in the game and you're feeling good and they go on a run at halftime.
Denver has certainly taken advantage of that. Minnesota's 4 of 18 in the quarter, make them 5 of 19. DeSumo
repeating. He can really try to show some resistance on this defensive end, and twice you see some illegal.
Anderson fakes the handoff. This is a Minnesota team that has proven itself through the season as a legit comeback group. On the attack, stumble. Gobert got the deflection, and Murray got there first, tried to save it. DeSumo has it. Then he lost it to Murray. Goes up strong, no. Got his own miss. Looking for an outlet. Instead, he just puts it in and the foul.
Incredible heart. As you said there, Murray losing the ball twice.
Guys, they pick everybody else up, but because of their own individual struggles and understanding that if they lose, it's going to fall on them.
It's in a must-win game.
Let's go to Ashley with more.
He's talking about the last time, obviously, a team came back from that 3-1 deficit in the playoffs days. Said the vibe then, the vibe now of this team is the next game up instead of panicking. As they get 2 more right there.
That the end of days is what so many people feel when you lose a playoff game, and certainly when you lose 3 in a row the way this team had. Steps into another one. Can't hit. Long rebound. Highland will try it. And the rebound to Jokic.
And those threes were falling with great consistency in the first half. Only 2 made threes in the second.
Oh, what a pass and finish! Jokic is going to show us after this shot from Bones Highland on the tee. It's the Connected Cam brought to you by AT&T. All the way to the basket. Now it's McDaniels. Brown recovered, but he committed the foul. And McDaniels will shoot 2. It's his second and third attempts of the night. You can win a trip to game,
particularly at home, and maintaining that lead can be difficult. Every time Minnesota, McDaniels.
Anderson ripped through, spin, and score.
Nice move right there.
Finds Johnson. He has been aggressive all night, and it cans a triple. And a steal from Brown. The Avalanche
there, able to force that jump ball,
but he couldn't win it. Valanciunas doubled. Dribbles out of it. Around it goes. Tight. Directing traffic now with 5 on the clock. Spencer Jones in. Had it taken away, out of bounds. Looked like a couple tenths.
Sharing is caring. Being unselfish, sense of purpose. And look at Murray getting a shot off. Emphasize enough how great they've been here. Consistent all night.
Oh, the fend off. Anderson's going to be called for it.
And how about the
screen from Valanciunas? Jones, hook it. Valanciunas, little pop, and pulls it through. It is all Denver, and this offense looking eerily familiar for what we saw through the majority of the regular season. Foul's going to be on the floor.
Momentum. They're just struggling with their offense, but they have found their swagger here. And on the other side, if you need your star, no Anthony Edwards for Game 6, but you have to be better on that side of the floor for Minnesota to have a chance to close out this series.
Look, the lack of DiVincenzo and Edwards was now through the shoot Valanciunas. And here we go again. And he's going to hear it again in a different fashion from this Denver crowd. Murray puts it down.
Post up. And these two guys just fighting for position. This was building here as the shot went up. The foul. The push there by Valanciunas.
They will count the bucket, though, from Jamal Murray. And McDaniels draws the foul.
Both teams, you want to be smart. You don't want anything to get elevated and can impact the availability, the possibility there. Game 6, still 6.
Actually has more.
Yeah, guys, I asked Chris Finch about Jaden McDaniels' confidence. He said, look, obviously he's very competitive. He's ornery in a good way.
Two have built together in their time in the NBA together, both drafted in 2020. This is the first playoff game since Anthony Edwards was in the second half in Game 4 to come away with a really impressive win. As Murray, no. Rebound, Valanciunas could not squeeze.
Environment against a team that's desperate.
Bruce Brown. Rebound tracked down by Reed. Ankle issue in the third quarter. On the pass and slam. Bruce Brown is building real estate above the rim. The sumo cross and finish off the window plus the foul. Appreciate it. I'm shocked you didn't go baby bird on that one.
Save it for later.
Valanciunas is hacked. For a Nuggets offense that has found its reignition. They have been searching for efficiency. And it's been the case tonight. Game 7 will be Saturday, May 2nd, right back here in Denver if necessary. When and where will be TBD. Just make sure that we get it clear all the way through. Driving kick, McDaniels now trying to spin away. DeSumo will fire, no. And Valanciunas
Way there. Valanciunas, the strongest players in the NBA. I think he and Steven Adams have to be the two strongest.
Another whistle, another foul. Wolves.
Valanciunas is strong, but he's not foolish.
Yeah, that's right. He understands. He's going to check in for, initially, Jalen Clark looked like, oh, it's me? No, it's Jaden. Play. Brown can't hit on the second. Rebound fought for, and Reed. Minnesota, at minimum, will look to establish some momentum heading back home as Valanciunas is now going to
Set of underachieved in this series, and you want to come out in these situations and open up playing big and sending a message. Just punching them in the mouth here in this second half. And see.
Meanwhile, for Denver, doing this tonight without Aaron Gordon, who's missing whatever he could to his team, doing it again without Peyton Watson. Those two absences, that's been a big deal. As David Adelman said, that's been a real struggle when Nikola Jokic has gotten so much attention. Jamal Murray has gotten so much attention. Those are guys that initiate offense. And that's an impressive block. Spencer Jones with two hands. He's got 3 blocks here tonight. 12 to shoot now for Highland. On the attack, and he goes through the contact, has a chance for 3.
At every position, and so the way these guys play, they have length, they have physicality, great athletes, and
elsewhere, Tyus Jones will draw the contact on Highland. He has been a nice boost as well. It'll be free throws when we my bad, and he said, nope, psych. Again.
He did.
3rd time. I figured you would say you're more Apollo Creed, maybe Adrian. You go bowling. Their season, backs against the wall. Still a 19-point game, though, just under 7 to play. You know this Minnesota team has had some improbable comebacks, including one in overtime. It's after 43 in Game 4. Jokic back on the floor with another triple-double, 18, 11, and 15. Denver's gotten outscored by 17 points in the fourth quarter over the last 3 games alone. So,
and you don't want to give any life to Minnesota at all. Put your foot on their neck here, and they'll do that. Continue them, but the three-point shooting was stellar, but nothing really going their way. Nice back down turnaround. A little hook shot there by Randall.
oh, what a steal by DeSumo. It is Murray the pump. Can't hit. Rebound to the hands of DeSumo. Get it up ahead for Highland. Oh, the speed from Highland, and he finishes. Timeout, David Adelman.
One thing in general, and universal in the NBA, no lead is safe.
Yeah.
With the shot clock, with the shooting, with the sort of just superior play, you have to play and be concentrated.
Fans looking to Willem all the way through. Jokic felt the contact, and he doesn't get the roll, but he will get free throws here. 18 points, 11 rebounds, 15 assists for Jokic here tonight.
Noah right here, just get the ball to Murray, then Johnson pinning down a nice screen. Jokic then makes the right read, initiates the contact, and almost a three-point play opportunity.
Between that last timeout, Randall right to the rack, but he missed it. Got it back. Randall in traffic. Through the contact and a chance for 3.
Minnesota just hanging in there.
It is back. Jokic off the screen from Johnson. 5 to shoot. Johnson will tee it up from the outside. And Randall collects the rebound. Nas Reed floats it up. And he gets the roll. It is a 10-point game.
And how about the skill there from Reed? Transition.
Johnson back down. Spin. His pass nearly taken away. Brown, 3-ball. He buries it. Murray scoops it up and takes it all the way.
They go inside to Jokic. He ran that same little pin down, but he managed.
Comeback bid from Minnesota. And the foul on Jokic as Randall got to the rim. Personal fouls. Meanwhile, Randall's up to 25 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 fouls for himself.
Feed. Create the driving lanes and just chip away at that lead. Certainly a different offensive attack with Gobert now on the floor.
And oh boy, Highland comes up now limping a little bit. Jokic tries, and he missed the 3. Rebound, squirts to the outside. Murray back to Jokic. Shot clock never reset, didn't hit the rim. Johnson shovel, Jokic finish.
I'll tell you, Johnson.
In Minneapolis, and a chance one more time before a potential Game 7. As Shannon
was there, they're going to have to clean up their defense. 121 points, which was Denver's regular season norm. They can clean that up a little bit. They scored enough points here on the road, but they're going to have to slow down this Nuggets attack.
And that one will count plus the foul.
Slow down there, but the turnovers, 24 turnovers leading to 33 points. And you could really point to the difference.
You certainly hope to always be healthy as Johnson again gets upstairs for the slam. Vincenzo the rest of the way. Anthony Edwards out for several weeks. Lob it up. Berenger is fouled by Jokic. That'll be his 4th, and the rookie from, you know now DiVincenzo's out. You know Anthony Edwards is certainly going to be out the rest of this series at minimum. The one thing you might hope for is, you believe in magic? I feel like you believe in magic.
David Copperfield, yeah. What about that?
For Minnesota, they're not going to have full practice days. They're going to have to fly back to Johnson. Bounce it. Jokic. Put it through. 25 after failing to reach 100 points in each of the last 2. Terrence Shannon Jr. continued.
We'll see.
125 points, the most in this series. Jokic handed it to Ross. Then you can take this one all the way down to 0. Over to Strother. And they'll celebrate in Denver. They've got...
On the brink of their season being over, came out